It's all right, man. You gotta do what you gotta do for your people.
You know, and shit like that right there is what makes me be like, you know what, Tony, you're a real nigga for that. You're a real nigga, Tony.
He wasn't even mad. He was like, nah, I get it.
You're a real nigga. And what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Black Ass Podcast. It's your boy Tyron Rex, and that is your favorite non-binary woman, Corey.
Hi.
So we back again. We back to hate each other. Another episode. I know, right? Crazy. Been consistent. But been loving it here. I love arguing with this girl right here. This nigga. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
That did sound bad. All right, let me take that back. I love to hate. And I love to argue with this person right here. This nigga specifically, though, because honestly, this is probably the only person I can argue with and actually bounce back talking to.
Right.
You gross me out. But this really is the only person I could bounce back with after every time. I think I was mad at you. What day was it?
Whatever day we saw that house.
Yeah. I think was that Wednesday or Thursday? I think that was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
I still ain't like you on Thursday either, by the way. In case you were wondering.
It was technically your fault.
How?
What do you mean how? We was both in the car together.
How's it my fault?
You was micromanaging. Now,
you know what?
I only did it to you today to see what your reaction was gonna be.
You let people do dumb shit all the time when you're driving.
Respectfully, I totally get it. But when I micromanage you fell away.
No, because what I said was, I don't mind that to me. But what you did was, I was already about to honk the horn, and you would honk it before I did. Like, but other times when you get cut off a hold, you just like, you be cursing and screaming, and then you don't honk. I'm like, nigga, just honk the horn.
I only did it to micromanage you. I didn't do it for any other excuse other than to micromanage it.
What I'm saying is, I don't care about the micromanaging part. What I'm saying is, you try to honk the horn for me. One, I was already doing that. Two, I wouldn't have minded because like we on the same accord. I was like, but I said don't honk the horn when I'm driving. When you don't honk the horn on necessary shit in general.
It's not your purpose. I hear your explanation. Your explanation is still on the wrong part of the subject. It's not about the horn honking itself. It was just to micromanage back. Because one, I don't like being micromanaged while driving. It's already annoying enough to deal with other people. It's now double annoying now. Because no cap, in that very moment, I almost pulled back over and like, you know what? It is your car. Drive. Like, it's yours. You want to be so specific? It's okay if you drive. I'm not mad about it. I'm not trying to get in your way. It's your car. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed to say, I also have to say this. As much as I like to be on some road rage bullshit, a lot of times I don't because it's not my car. I do be a little bit more meticulous about how I drive and what I do because if somebody hit me, I'm not trying to be the nigga you mad at. Let somebody else drive and do it and have that issue. It ain't gonna be me. Now, if it's just some shit that's just out of the way and unnecessary and it just wasn't something I could handle or I could what's the word I'm looking for? Prevented, then that's different. But I try not to be so road ragial because
yes, you do.
To an extent. That's why I cuss and do a lot of other shit or whatever. But I try not to drive, like the actual driving portion. I try to keep it at a limit of being like ragey about things. But guaranteed to say, it's not like you didn't already admit like it was kind of like a lot in that moment. And it's the fact that like, on top of all that, I'd say PMSing. It's hot as fuck outside. I literally had to deal with my manager's manager that day. And any other day and instant, I probably wouldn't have even got upset about it. But I had a lot on my plate. And I do take accountability for that and apologize.
Accept it. But, okay. Let's talk about the micromanage then. when you had turned into that car wash, okay, to make that U-turn, you try to go around one way, it was blocked off, or you had to actually like go through it and actually get the car wash. While you was about to go back out into traffic to do a U-turn on a whole nother side that was gonna take even longer to get to, where you could have just went around and come out the other way and still come that way and then try to get in and go left or go straight. When it got to that part, that's why I was just like, nigga, are you not thinking? Because I was just like, we just came from that way and it's backed up going up and it's backed up coming back this way. It makes more sense to go out and around the other driveway and come back and go straight, and we be back to where we was at. Go back to
where the light was at?
Yeah.
Yeah, in that moment, I was just like, let me just see if there was an opening here to come out. And then I literally went out. I saw the turning lane, which the homie was right there in the turning lane. And the reality was, I knew I had to get across to the regular straight lane just to go straight. So he was like, he's telling you to go. And I'm like, I literally was about to be like, can you shut the fuck up?
We're talking about, okay, so.
That was the part that really irritated me. Before that, I didn't care.
Okay, I'm emphasizing the part before that. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you weren't thinking on that accord was you was gonna go back and out of traffic the wrong way. It's gonna take probably like an extra 10 minutes instead of going out the other way that we did go out. That's why I said no, go right. And then he came out to the drive. At that part right there, he was letting you out. What I'm saying, so to combat you on that part, he let you out. You could have turned out that way, then made a left to get in the other lane. Could have signaled to go in the other lane.
Right, but that's what I was doing. I was literally going out to go to the next lane. Is what I literally just said.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you had space to do so, and you didn't take it.
I just didn't pull out. But my thing is, just you in the passenger seat. You remember that conversation we had a couple months ago about the micromanaging thing in the car? And I was like, I won't say shit else to you about it. And you was like, yeah, I won't say shit to you. Man, you continue.
Now, the reason why I continue that, especially on Wednesday, was because you specifically was about to turn out into a whole other side of traffic and we had a time limit to be on. And if I didn't say anything, you was going to turn out in that direction. Were you not?
No.
Yes, you were.
It's a turning lane. I saw it be a turning lane.
You're talking about the wrong part. Okay. To be specific again, when we went to the car wash, instead of going right to go out the other direction that we did, you was going to go out the way that we came to go.
That wasn't the part that I was upset about. That's why I was like, I gave you the benefit of the doubt about that.
Right. And we're upset at two different parts is what I'm saying.
Right. But you egged on the second time around is what I'm saying. The first time you were right, I gave it to you. I ain't say shit to you. I let you have it. I was like, okay, you're right. Whatever. Here now, though. The second time, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Now, do you understand that you already missed two different ways to go and we were already going a long way around? And that's not the first time you did. You did that shit.
Right.
You did that shit like 2 days in a row.
Right. And once again, I've let you have it a lot of times. But damn, it's a mistake. I don't need you to comment on it every fucking time. It's not necessary. Because there be mistakes. When you drive, I say absolutely fucking nothing. But you know what you do? You be like, oh, my bad, sorry. Cool. Let it go. Done. Nothing else to say. I'm not driving. You make the mistake, you make the mistake. As long as it don't kill us or put us in harm's way, it's a mistake. You comment on every little mistake. And by the third one, I just at this point want you to shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying.
And that's cap because I don't comment on every mistake either. No, I don't.
For these couple of days, what I'm specifically talking about, you're right. I was fucking up the last couple of days. And you commented on every one of them. We joked about the first ones. Because it was kind of funny. It wasn't funny, but it was funny.
You did not find that whole funny. You did not find that whole funny the first time. I did. That second time, because I said it.
Yeah, because we talked about it when we got home. That's what I said.
Because we had to talk it out.
But it was, no. The first part where you was like, oh, I'm in the car for 55 minutes the first time. Yeah. I wasn't mad at you when you first said it. Sure. I said I was internally hurt. But I told you, I was like, okay. I said, I feel like, I told you, I was like, I understand that's how you joke. So it's just like, I still took it to be like, damn. But I also knew that you really wasn't like, oh no, like, fuck, I don't want to be in this fucking car with you. Unless you really didn't feel that way. You just lied. But fine. But yes, in that moment, I had a lot built up against me for that day. And it really wasn't, animosity towards you. You just happy to be the person who's catching the back end of all the shit that I've had that day. That's why I was just like,
somehow that's my fault, right?
It's not. But yesterday you was just like, well, this morning you said something earlier about it, or yesterday, whenever it was, you was just like, I see now. Get it. You get it. It really.
I think I always understood it.
Yes. It's just like, but at the same time, it's just like, not to say that you probably didn't take it into account, but we literally had a conversation that day about my manager being here, about my period coming on. Like, you add into my stress for today. So it's just like, it's not your fault. And if it was any other day, I probably wouldn't have even thought twice about it. But on that particular day, you was my 13th reason at that point.
All right. So can we talk about how I felt throughout all that too? You already done it multiple times, right? This built up over a couple of days of me just passive aggressive jokes that I like to do. Okay,
yeah.
We know that's me. I get that out the way. It doesn't mean it clears it from stacking up though. So when it stacks up, and then I have long days too. I like the people at my job. Doesn't mean I don't deal with bullshit, as you know.
Yeah.
So with all that's stacked on top of me too. And the fact that the other shit that we're going through and moving and trying to find a different home and all that, and then being stuck in traffic, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, it felt like it's raining hard as fuck outside again. All that is stacked up, just like how it stacked up for you too.
Yeah.
So now in that regard, I wasn't putting anything on you. It was just more so like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get to point A to point B, and you making it A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right. And like I said, I took accountability. But for further purpose and moving forward, please do not be that nigga in the car with me. It doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. Unless I'm about to hit somebody, or somebody about to hit me, or you see some physical harm about to happen, 9 times out of 10, it's funny for you. But in the moment of heat of driving, it has irritated me.
Okay, so can we talk about, we was about to miss the turn, and it was a split. It was literally 3 lanes going this way and 3 lanes going that way. I was like, go left. And you veer right. I said, go left. And then you was like, oh, let me go left. Like,
wonderful. I'm not taking accountability for that.
That's what I'm saying. Is you got to insert that in my stack.
I'm not giving you less shit about it. It's not like that. You want me to acknowledge it? Is that what you want? For me to put a point on your acknowledgement?
What I'm saying is, your stuff stacked up and my stuff stacked up.
Right. I'm just saying stack it up in your head from now on. Wait till we get home. Let me breathe while driving. Because the immediate crash out wanted to flip the fucking car.
I can't breathe.
I get it.
I can't breathe.
I get it. But it's just like, damn, nigga, I'm driving. Just grace. I'm the one who's driving.
It's Nezzy, bro. Did she be recording podcasts late at night or some shit? What the fuck? Sorry.
But it's just like, give me some grace. I'm driving. If it's not putting us in harm's way, unless I ask, it's necessary. I can miss a turn. I could fuck up. If it's not hurting the car, it's not hurting you. Sometimes I just be like, I don't care to hear your commentary on it.
It's not hurting me? Oh, it'd be hurting.
Anyway. It'll be hurting.
No acknowledgement at all. It's crazy. You're just going to say, anyway. Nah, because you know what? You got it, big bro. You got it. Don't want to hear me out or what should be hurting for me. It's okay.
I acknowledged it.
No, you didn't. You didn't acknowledge it. You said you don't be hurting outside. I do be hurting. It does hurt me.
You have to stay in the car for me for an extra 9 minutes.
That part, and also the fact that I gotta shut the fuck up about it. It hurts me to not say anything and the shit just keep happening. Like, I feel you don't watch one. You don't remember this part of One Piece. I don't even know they introduced this part. But I swear, it feel like sometimes we be swapping out Zoro, especially when it comes to sense of direction on things. Like, I feel like we split that, but I feel like it leans a little more towards you. I feel like you're like, I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like you're like 60% Zoro and I'm 40% Zoro, because it seems like when you be driving, your sense of direction goes Zoro, which that nigga just get lost in One Piece all the fucking time. Or just don't be thinking like critically about pathways or how to move and how to get through. Or be like, where am I at? But when it flip flops when you're in passenger, I'm driving. Then I become Zoro sometimes.
Right, but I don't say shit. It's my difference. I don't say shit to you.
You suffer in silence.
Yes, which I would like for you to do because I understand how stressful it could be for somebody to comment on your shit and you already in a moment where you realize it's a stressful moment. It's like, I don't want to put you under pressure while you're driving because I don't like being under pressure while I'm driving.
Okay, fair.
So it's just like, that's my only takeaway is that I'm quiet. Just talk to me at the house. Don't talk to me while I'm driving before I flip this shit. We both dead.
Okay.
Well, I'm
gotcha.
just saying.
No more talking in the car. Gotcha.
No, that's not more talking in the car.
No, that's exactly what you just said.
But you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
Stop commenting on my shit if it ain't harming us. Physically.
Physically? Nah, I don't know. It might cost some chemical imbalance for it to be physical. You ever seen somebody just like hold back a lot of stress and they just be bottled all up?
Right. That's me. And I try not to be the resident crash out because that's you already.
And that right there will cause physical stress to you later.
Yes, it does. But I have respect for you enough to shut the fuck up.
So you're going to stress yourself out just so you can shut the fuck up?
Honestly, it's your car. So when you drive, you fuck up. And if you fuck up, I don't pay the bill towards it. It ain't in my name. I don't have to pay the taxes on it. So if you fuck up, it's respectfully your decision. I just try not to be the one to fuck up. So yes, I'm a little bit more precautious about how I drive. Sometimes I do fuck up. I just be like, okay, whatever. Because like obviously I'm about to drive across 6 lanes to try to make an exit to save 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be my moment. I fuck up and do that. Shit happens.
Okay, well that part I get because I wouldn't do that either. But in the safe to say, that part you was just in the middle. I was like left, nigga.
Right,
right. Oh, left.
Right. It's just, but sometimes it's just like, but just also to say, if I make mistakes in the car by myself, I'd be like, oh, I made a mistake. It's okay. And I just kind of go on from there.
Because you can. You're the only one experiencing it.
Right. But once again, did it hurt you or the car in any physical way that was going to be damaging? Because
you don't tell me about it. You don't. You be like, oh, you bring up stories from rest in peace Natalia. You bring up conversations or stories about that all the time. Well, now Natalia's gone. I was in your car. I was doing this and the third. And I was a little drunk doing this and then the third in your car. I didn't want to tell you then. You know, now that car is gone. Now I feel like I can tell you about it. Like, bitch, like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, cause you won't say that shit. Cause you be like, Tyler gonna ban me forever driving his car again. And you fucking right.
Right. But if I didn't do anything, like that one time I was drunk and I drove home, I had hung out with my old friend Brad. And it wasn't even a real thing. It was literally like, I just felt myself going too fast. I had a little more. I said, oh, wait. You gotta chill. Pulled over. Did a little. And was like, okay, wait, bitch. You good. You good. You're not actually drunk. You just.
Stupid.
You just had this drink. Probably should have sat for an extra 10, 15 minutes and then left. But it wasn't never nothing crazy. Like, I haven't hit anything, I don't tell you. I haven't ran over a median or anything like that. I ain't did no spin outs, burnouts, nothing like that. Like, the most I think I ever fucked up was I did hit your door or something, but that's about it.
Let's just say drunk driving in general is still wild, to say the least. We've all done it before in GTA. But just to say that, like, it makes anybody on edge. Because when you're risking your own life and your own property, it's a little different. When you're risking somebody else's property, now you just like, now what the fuck?
And in that moment, I said, I gotta sober up. Can't leave your car somewhere random. Like what I did. Actually, I got some water. I was like, oh, I'm good. I just needed to sit for a second, hydrate, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, if I know that I'm in a place where I really don't know I can get home, I'm gonna call. It's never gonna be a moment where I'm gonna put myself or anything of your possession in harm's way. Like, but if I know I can just go ahead and get home, I'm gonna go ahead and get home. Let's just get home, figure it out. But I've never drove drunk. I drove tipsy, particularly to say. Never actually drove drunk before.
Have you ever babysat me?
I think like once.
When was that?
Once or twice.
When was that?
I think one was at home. No. One time we was still living in North Carolina. I think it was once.
When was that?
Where did we go to where I drove? Because I think you were with me. I think somebody else was with us too. And I drove somewhere. That's when I first got my license and stuff, and I was driving.
Now, by babysitting, I mean, I'm like, you have to carry me up the stairs damn near.
Oh, well, not that that far, but I have. You've been first stage of drunkenness, not crazy drunkenness, but like first stage where I'll be like, all right, make sure you're good when you get up here. But I ain't never had to like carry home drunk. But also, when's the last time I've been that type of drunk? And that was like,
I remember vividly.
When like was it in the recent? Hasn't been since we've been living here.
No.
I was like, I don't get drunk like that. Like the times I have gotten drunk, they were always like in the beginning time or era of us hanging out.
Yep, because I remember that shit vividly.
Mm-hmm. So
Should we talk about that?
It's up to you.
You sound so embarrassed about talking about it.
Everybody does it. I really feel like
some people are worse than others.
I feel like my story really wasn't that bad in comparison to other people. So it's just like,
man, it's probably in my top 3, maybe my top 2.
I feel like people have done worse.
People have done worse, but have you done worse to me? That's up there. I never forget that time, nigga. 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, I'll never do that again.
You threw it. Oh God, don't know where these plastic bags came from. You had about 5 of them hoes downstairs. We were staying, and we were in North Carolina at this point. We had just started hanging out, being friends within like the first year. Maybe we was on year 2. I think we was on year 2.
Yeah, because we was living with
Brent.
No.
We was on year 1. We was on year 1.
This was before or after I lived with you.
This was after. This was after. This was it was going on year 2. It was about to. Yes.
Yeah.
Nigga, I swear on everything I wanted to hate you that night. Oh my, threw up outside my car. Cool. Part of it got on Natalia. Cool. Easy cleanup. Now, take you up those stairs, I think was probably one of the worst parts ever. So, not only did I have to take you up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, take somebody else up 3 flights of stairs too.
No, Brandon took himself up there.
Oh, that's right.
Brandon took himself up there. So, surprisingly, he did. Now, the next worst part for me was you forcing me to brush your teeth in the dark. I ain't never did no stupid shit like that ever in my fucking life. Nigga talk about I gotta brush my teeth. I can't go to sleep if I don't brush my teeth. I don't throw up. I'm like, nigga, go to sleep.
There's no way I can do it.
To
this day.
I gotta brush my teeth. Now, nigga, the thing about it is now, in comparison to then, you could probably do it on your own. You couldn't do it by yourself at this point in time. You couldn't even lift up your arm. I tried hitting you 2 words on him. You was like, do it for me. Like, nigga, it's dark. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to kind of like, no, don't cut on the light. Bitch, what are you, Gizmo? Some shit? Like, nigga, just brush your teeth. And I had to brush your fucking teeth.
You're a real friend.
With water.
You're a real friend.
With water in a tiny cup that I could find. And the funniest thing about it all was, I did you want to open up your mouth so I can get back there? You want to let me do the front. Swear on everything. Nigga didn't brush the tongue. No, none of that. Nigga just said and then got a little water spit. That's it. Like, what are we talking about? I was just like, you good? I swear on everything. That was probably one of my most hated moments with you. That I swear on everything. Like, I did not know if I wanted to be friends after this night.
Understood. Hey, we're here now.
I promise you that was probably one of the tests of life for me. I never had to do no shit like that before. The only thing I did do that was on that level was I had to carry Keisha in her room. I was just like, but that was college though. I'm carrying a girl in college and put her in the bed. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Keisha's the homie too. So with that was different.
Shout out to Keisha.
Yeah. Dear said she's gonna go see her, by the way, too, when I talk to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta go do the same thing too. Yeah. I feel like we all have different merits and tests and battles in our friendship. I feel like that was the one.
Yeah.
I feel like that was probably one of my most top tier S rank ones?
I don't know if I have any like this. I don't think I really have any stories like that because it never dawns on me for me to feel upset about when situations be happening. I gotta like step into like being strict and figuring it out. Like I got 2 brothers and sisters. So this is light work always to me. Just a step up. So
just to step up.
Mm-hmm.
How about 20 steps up per flight?
Understood. I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm just saying, it's just never been like a thing where I can't think of a time where I really was like mad at you for having to actually like step up and be the adult in the situation.
I could be an adult. Now babysitting an adult 3 flights of stairs. Oh, and I had to find you food. Oh, and I had to call your job for you.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, you're a real friend. You're a real friend, and that's why I do. That's why I do so right by you.
You do?
I don't.
Got me there.
Mm-hmm.
You got me there.
I would say, listen, you want me to start being that way? I can make your life harder, and it wouldn't be intentional.
Well, I can make your life harder.
You could, but it's just like
on extreme difficulty, like normal, hard, extreme.
You could. It'd just be at that point, it'd be a full-on war at this point. This is World War III happening in one house.
Nah, it's just happening it's about to start happening, sadly to say.
Oh, World War IV.
Yeah, we gotta make it past 3 first.
I don't care to get into it.
Oh boy.
I'm staying far away from it. I don't care to get into it. Cause my take on it, real skewed. But whatever.
I just don't want that shit to happen. Cause why the fuck is that shit? Why the fuck is the world about to end?
The numbers don't lie. That's all I'm gonna say. And no, what everybody been saying. Look, this is what I'm gonna say. Black folk was talking about how we not gonna be involved, and that shit happened, and I was like, we gotta stand with them. Y'all told me not to be involved, and now y'all reneging. So stop complaining about the fact that y'all make us be on the front lines. Then I don't want to hear that shit next go around. That's all I want to say.
Well, there was this former P star, right? Mm-hmm. Former P star. She has a podcast and she's Puerto Rican, and she pretty much just said, if I was black people, I'd do what black people are doing right now too, and that's just staying on the sidelines. I was just like, it's like, hey, I feel like it's not wrong to have a take on that side as well too, as far as like supporting, mm-hmm. as far as like supporting them, and then everything that ICE is doing has always been fucking ridiculous anyway. Now that part I can agree to that. I can
agree to say that it's wrong and that I don't want it to happen and that it shouldn't be happening.
But since Trump was voted to power, and this is what he's doing, and a part of everything is just like, what can I do to stop it? We can't. This is what we try to stop during the election.
Y'all just told us the other day that technically Kamala actually won, and what does that mean? What does that actually mean?
That's all I'm saying.
So it's just like I don't have an answer to how to stop this shit.
You know what I just realized? Trump is 2-0 against women. That's crazy.
All I gotta say is just like,
can he win against a man? Who knows? Well, we'll never know.
All I gotta say is that it's just like, what do y'all want for us to do?
It's like, honestly, there's nothing to be done. Honestly, there's nothing that can be done. It's just like how it was with the BLM movement in 2020. It's hard for it to push, and we push it. But then there was other people that want to turn it into vandalism, like just like how it's going now. They turn everything into vandalism for it, and then now it's being slurred across what the original purpose is, and then now they're fighting that intent how we was fighting 5 years ago. Yeah. That's just all it is. It's like the history is repeating itself every time this thing get elected, and I don't get it.
I don't want nobody to think that we don't care. I stand in solidarity with those who are actively seeking refuge and not trying to be deported. But at the same time, I didn't vote this man in here.
Yeah.
So to be fair, as much as I really hate what's happening in the world, as a black person, every time we stand up, it's a problem. Now everybody else wants to stand up for their shit, and we gotta back y'all. It's not fair. It's like it becomes tiring at some point. I've made it very clear when the election happened that for the next 4 years, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I ain't shopped at Target. I barely shop at Walmart. I don't give my money to people who don't belong to, and I shut the fuck up. Because what can I do for you? We've marched for y'all. We stood in solidarity with y'all. And then people, I'm not gonna say y'all, people voted them in. If you want somebody to stand with you, stand with politics, babe.
Yeah. And just like how everybody was advocating just because, like, they said Trump was a cool dude. I mean, okay, so we knew what the underlying message was that he was going to do it before, because when he got elected in 2020, he did the same shit. Now he's here in 2024, 2025, he's doing the same shit again. Mm-hmm. So, and honestly, I agree with you on that point. We do stand in solidarity, but we're just shutting the fuck up about it. And, excuse me, it's just really wholeheartedly nothing. Like, it is sad. Because when I see it happening to these people, I'm like, it's sad. And the rules to come and to be a citizen in America is so fucking hard. Like, I get it. And most Americans can't pass a literacy test, a mathematical test, a history test. And, like, they expect people that know their own history for years to come to America and do the same test that Americans don't even know.
I couldn't pass it if I tried it.
Exactly. Now I could pass it. That's just me.
To an extent. Because I've saw some of those questions. If you can pass that test, then you are way more smarter than most people in the world.
I'm kind of smart. So, now it is a very hard test because most of that shit really just do be like a history test for what I saw. And I was like, that shit like that is very fucking unfair. It should just be based off like it should be based off your morality, not your beliefs. You just gotta be a good upstanding person, that you don't have like maybe a psychoanalysis test. Like, I don't know. But like shit like that, and make sure that you could be a good upstanding citizen. That's all people care about. But honestly, America don't care about that. It's all about this because we're in a capitalist economy. Oh yeah, that's just my spark notes on it. I don't have a whole think piece for it. It's just really it's sad. It really is sad. And I do be thinking about it, and people being taken out of schools and taken from their homes.
I feel extremely bad.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like the people that didn't vote for him or didn't have a choice and didn't have the choice in the vote probably didn't want it happening either. Right. But the people that stood for him just
were some of your own kind,
right? And it's just so. It was pushed out there so far as a narrative, just like how it's pushed as a narrative for black people that like you're an angry black woman or an angry black man for any little situation that you feel like you reserve a right to speak in, and people going to tell you to shut up and dribble, or people going to be like you don't have a right to be mad because this is policy, and the policy be effed up until it happens to them. And so in that standpoint, I give grace.
Absolutely. But as a black person, I definitely understand what it's like to be the underdog. Mm-hmm. I really do.
Be stepped on, be shitted on, be spat at, kicked at while you're down, and you still got to get up and wake up and go to that same job and do it all over again. It's really hard to do. So with that, I would like to say to the people that's suffering under it and that didn't take part in the vote for voting him, my sympathy is with you. For the people that did vote for him, you should have done your research. That's all I got to say.
To be fair, I saw this Hispanic lady on TikTok. Family got deported. She didn't. She voted for Trump. And you know what she said? They deserved it. So it's just like the people who y'all need to be upset with is not black folk, because the underlying thing on TikTok and social media is they're mad at black people for not sticking up for anything. But y'all told us, as the other black creators, these people who are the mainstream on social media platforms are the same black people who told us everybody was going to shut up. Now shit is happening. And here you are back in the forefront, always taking up for shit. But when it's us, everybody's crickets. Why do we always have to take the forefront for everybody else? Why do we always have to stick up? Why do we always have to march? It's unfair. And at some point, it's not nothing against anybody else. It's just to say, at some point, we got to just stop.
Yeah. And the only thing, and we're not political at all. We're just seeing what's wrong and what's right.
I'm just pro-black.
Yeah. And that's really what it's going to be. I'm pro-black to anything. Anybody that stands with pro-black, I stand with you too. No matter what you identify as, you understand that there's rights and wrongs in the world. And the rights and the rights are the same rights that align with me. Sorry,
I don't know why. Sorry, y'all, to the world who's seen TikTok. But did you see Tony's video? That I sent you a video where this guy Tony reposted it. This guy was like, during the race war, and you got to take out Tony. Homie was so sad. He was crying like, damn, not my man, Tony. And Tony had commented, he was like, it's all right, man. You got to do what you got to do for your people.
You know, and shit like that right there is what makes me be like, you know what, Tony, you're a real nigga for that. You're a real nigga, Tony.
He wasn't even mad. He was like, nah, I get it.
You're a real nigga, man. Dying for the cause of understanding what has to be justified is like cool. Like, I understand, bro. Like, but honestly, if anybody see Tony, anybody got like this, and it's Tony right in the crosshair, I'm just going to the next person right there beside him and give him a chance. Like, hey, bro, I gave you a chance. Now you gotta go.
You gotta run now.
You gotta go.
I'll put you in maybe in a bookcase or something.
Hey, look,
I don't know.
I'm blessed. Be to that man, okay?
I'm not gonna do it, but if somebody else gets just like, dang.
I go to that field crying on that casket. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a few non-black, pro-black people that I do that for.
I'm gonna be hurt by.
Oh, I'll be hurt by that.
Seth Rogen gonna hurt me.
That crying meme where you got that'd be me. But yeah, we if our rights and laws are in alignment, we're good. You know, and that's how I feel. But that's just it.
If I had to choose, I'm choosing the person who represents me.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, 92% of my women, we stuck together.
It's a way lower percentage for that one, man. It was like 70 something, 80 something on
80
that.
something, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I stand with my 92%, bitch.
Yeah. So, anywho's just rights and wrongs on that. I don't really have like too much more to say on that, but so I do want to talk about biasness that be going on in the fucking world, okay? And what I mean by biases is like how the influence of social media can make you not watch anything, can stop you from being like, oh, now like. I don't know about that, especially in movies, in the anime community. I feel like it hits so hard because for movies, people will hold a movie on. It come out on Thursday, they hold that shit. It come out Thursday night, they're holding that shit by Friday morning, and it'll carry on for 2 months down the line, and then next thing you know, I was like, oh, let's take Sinners for example. Let's say Sinners got shitted on by Variety and a couple of other places or whatever, and it was just like, well, they gotta make money. It's like, well, it's good, and we seen it twice, and people was still asking me like, was it good? I heard this and that. Like, it was good. Go see it for yourself. Now, people just be holding the whole fact that you gotta hate first, and I hate this. I hate the social media world in general. You hate first. Because it gets the more clicks and everything and gets the more engagement. Because the people who like it engage with that hoe and share it.
You know what? Let's not limit it to just the anime movies. That's just everything. Social media will hold anything.
They will. But oh my gosh, the two communities I'm in that I see it the most is movies and anime.
I see it in we see it a lot in clothing too. And we don't even realize it.
Really?
Shit that we like Champion, for example. For the longest time, Champion was a poor man outfit.
It was.
One rich nigga wore Champion.
It was.
And now it's $128 for a t-shirt.
I hate Fabulous, bro. I swear on everything, I hate Fabulous for that one reason. I never not liked Champion. Did Champion have hot gear? Not really like that. But once they rebranded and came out with hot gear, now and then they saw Fabulous wear it.
Yep. Another example is them tabby shoes.
I ain't gonna lie, them tabby shoes.
Everybody hated on them tabby shoes, but Wisdom wore them, and it was like
hotcakes.
Now they're like gone up, and it's just like y'all shitted on. I always thought they was nice. But y'all shit on them until somebody who you like wears them.
That's true. That and fashion really be one of those things that's very subjective on people. Just because it don't look good on you, it doesn't mean it can't look good to somebody else. And that doesn't mean they don't have hot garbage out here as fashion either. And sometimes they push the hot garbage as like the hottest shit too. Can we just let that shit go? I swear on everything. Like our favorite debate, jorts and loafers were not meant to go together from 2000 to 2019. Okay, 2020 hit and niggas got locked inside. Now you starting to see the jorts come back out, and then the loafer combo came back out with it too. Now it's just like,
and I like it.
What happened in our mind, bro? Like what transpired for that shit to happen, niggas?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
I like it.
You could wear whatever you want now. Supposedly, that's what they say now. But it might change in the next 5 years. Just how it goes.
And don't get me wrong. Like I said the other day, sometimes niggas throw some stupid shit on and call it high quality fashion.
Oh my God.
And I'm not saying that it's not, because it could be that you wearing 17 top designer people and the outfit isn't beautiful, but it is high fashion because it aligns with what's popular. But it's just like, you look a fucking mess. Like, why are you okay? Like, okay, so we watched the BET Award. I found out, y'all niggas did not give a shit about BET Awards this year. Understood. It's been trash for the last couple of years. I'm not gonna cap. This year was actually good.
I'm about to say, it was kind of hitting for me this year.
This year was actually good. Now, one thing I didn't like about it is all the goddamn performances. I didn't need all that. It was a lot of way more than we've ever had, because they limit everybody to 1 to 2 songs. Where it used to be, you get like your 10 to 15 performances, and there was like, they got to put on a mini concert.
It really was like it really do be like that. It seemed like more performances than everything now, but everybody, the music game has really expanded a lot.
But then you look at other award shows, they don't have to overcompensate in that area to make the award show great. That's why I said it was a little too much for me on the music side.
I don't
know the last time you've watched any other ones of them, but they're not big impact. Like if you ever watched the Oscars, they're performances, but the majority of it is having people come on stage. They're doing their talking points. They're presenting and all that shit. A lot of the time, that's why I say, one, y'all gonna hate me. Stop bringing Kevin Hart up there. He is no longer funny for BET Awards. It was cute with him and Kai and Drewski. That was a little cute little moment. Cool. You had a couple cute moments here and there. It's not funny.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Kevin Hart's a solid pick for me. Should he have been up there again? I don't think so. I think what it is, they don't know who to pick, and that'd be my problem. That's the problem right there. They should be vetting people all year to see who's gonna be what. But because Kai Drewski you're defining that moment because Kai was there, cool, streaming. But that nigga being Usher, that was a top tier moment to me.
He had good funny points. It to me did not give for the whole entire situation. I need let's backtrack and look at if we can remember a lot of the motherfucking people that's up there.
Well, Nick was iconic.
Iconic one. Tracee Ellis Ross is really great for me. I really liked hers that she had. I really wasn't too big. I'm gonna just say it. Tanisha, Sam, what the fuck? Pam and Gina right now, because I don't feel like trying to fuck up somebody's name.
Tachina Arnold.
Thank you. And Tisha Campbell. To me, wasn't all that. They cool, they aunties, and I understand that year, that was the year of aunties. So I saw why they was up there. But we've had great, really great lineup of BET hosts.
Damn, I didn't know.
Jamie Foxx was a host, I believe.
Jamie Foxx was a really great host. Now, they had Steve and Cedric at 2000, yes. 2001. I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Yes, they did.
Monique was good. Oh, Will and Jada. That was a really decent one, too. One. Damon Wayans hosted one time?
Yes, he did.
I don't remember that hoe.
I do remember that.
Did we like the DL Hughley one?
Yes, that was actually decent.
Okay. Oh, Queen Latifah, I do remember that one.
She was good.
Samuel L. Jackson was one. Chris Tucker was one.
I do remember Chris Tucker.
Chris Rock before the slap. It was Tracy and Anthony Anderson because that was around Blackish time. Yeah,
because I like that year. That was a good one.
I didn't like that one. I'm not gonna say their name.
You know, say it.
Leslie Jones.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. She's SNL funny, but I don't think she's like that type of.
That was her. That was during her peak. That's when she was getting a lot of stardom at that point. She had a lot of star power at that point. Not gonna lie. Regina Hall.
She did have one. I forgot all about her.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be hard to remember, bro.
Taraji, I think, had one.
It'd be real hard. Yeah, she did have one.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's so many people that you could have chose though, especially like with it being the age of influencers now being some of the top people to do it with. I feel like BT kind of missed the gun point of letting some of these influencers actually do it, because some of them are like. Now
I agree.
I wouldn't have chose Kai. Let's just be real. I'm not even gonna put that out there because a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, Kai should have done it." No, he should not. He was good for what he was up there for. He was there for a reason, and he did his purpose. And honestly, they should allow that to be like a streaming part of it. They should allow him to take that over. I think that is a great idea. Mm-hmm. He come every year and do that streaming shit. I'm cool with it. Me personally, a great trio to do it. 85 South. That
oh my God, that is mind blowing right there. Even if it's just one of the three, any one of the three can solo. I swear on everything. I swear on everything. If I was to see any one of them do it, them doing it as a trio, I feel like is probably like the most bonded chemistry that can happen. You let them have their moments, and you cut the performances down, like how you said. Mm-hmm. But you let them have their moments to take the stardom. Nigga, that's stretching for eons is probably a best one, a top tier one. Because
I would have get. That's just my suggestion for next year. Is to let 85 South have it, or one or two or three, all three. Who cares? Whatever y'all pick. I think they're a great option. One, because if you ever watch their podcast, they know how to converse with the other celebrities, and it actually is funny. And to me, I feel like you would have a hard time teleprompting them.
You can't.
And I think that would make it a lot more genuine because they're used to being in that type of era. Like, that's what they do. They get on stage, they introduce people, they host things, they do like this. So that's kind of like in their realm of things. It works. Don't put B. Simone up there. Being real. Sorry. I know that's a pick for. I'm pretty sure it's a good pick to put for Black folk, but
I think she'll need a co-host.
I think she's good for the red carpet.
I think she probably could be good for the red carpet.
I think she's red carpet worthy, not hosting.
She got real good energy when she's like piped up. So I think she like her red carpet energy is pause. That's not even a pause either, because
it's not a pause. I just said whoa. That's why I was just like, you said she piped up. That's why I said like it wasn't a pause moment.
But I get it. I don't know who else. It's not off the top of my head, but 85 South is a really great pick.
I had this thought process the other day because I was thinking about this. 2 Chainz is a great example. Is a great one too. I think he would, because he's used to being around a lot of celebrities like that. He's known a lot of these celebrities like that. I think he's personable to be able to come up there and have and be able to host it. I don't think he can do it by himself. I think he would be a great, like, let him be the forefront and then have some people to kind of work around him and with them to kind of do a little bit of like work in the room, doing like all that shit. Like,
I can see that because with his, what was the Most Expensivest? That was really a really great show. Just to see
I think he does
how he interacts. He interacts with people very well.
Very well.
He's very personable.
He works the room. He's really great at working the room. I think he's another one that I had in mind that I think BT would definitely get into. I think you guys are shooting the gun by not letting 2 Chainz do it. Plus, give us an ATL day and let them all come up there. Like, that would be, to me, it's just like when Usher did the Super Bowl or whatever. You got to have an ATL last moment. You need it.
A theme for the BET Awards would be lit.
And the theme this year was great. By the way, I'm not going over all the best dressed and not best dressed or whatever. But it was a dress to impress, and it really wasn't there for y'all to be slutty. And I know y'all hate Sherry Shepherd for saying what she said about Megan Thee Stallion, but it's a moment to say y'all bitches still don't know how to actually be classy. I want to say that. You can be naked all the time. I agree with you being naked. Cool.
I seen a couple of influencers that were naked out there too.
Yes, but it was not that type of dressing moment. And y'all missed the gun by looking slutty, because I know that's women empowerment, and I get it. I'm all for the slut walk, and I'm a hands-on person with that. If they ever bought to Atlanta, I'm with it. But when black people or we're in a situation where they are calling for you to actually put that shit on, and you choose to put nothing on, you look raggedy. And it's why nobody can talk great about us sometimes. It's because the expectation is that not all the time do you have to look like this.
And you know, it's crazy you say that, because if I think about Rihanna got caught like nipple showing a couple of times, but she had that shit on.
She can be classy.
It's crazy how it worked out, because she had on that Swarovski crystal dress that you can see her nipples in. And you was just like, hold on, with the do-rag to match too, and you still saw. I was like, nah, she
knew how to not be. She knew she can be sexy and still bring a classic era to it. But would I had wanted her to wear that at BET Awards here? No, because there's so many times you've been looking great where you didn't have to be naked.
She's a mom now, so it's different too.
Not even that.
I get it though.
Yeah.
I was
like Cardi be a mom, and she still be out here titties out and everything.
Sure do.
And like I said, I don't. Everybody's mad at Sherry Shepherd for saying what she said about Meg Thee Stallion.
Titties again.
But the whole part about her being a role model is not the point that we need to focus on. Is that the fact of the matter is, wear what you want, but when somebody calls for it to be this type of dress code, and you still go outside the way just so you can show your ass, it just shows us that you're a little classless. I'm just saying. Wear it all the time. But it's like, if you wouldn't go to the Met Gala like that because they asked for black dandyism. So why would you have showed up to the Met Gala looking like a motherfucking slut? That's not dandyism.
So you're saying everybody should have a dress code, or BT?
No, it shouldn't have been. But that was the call dress code. They were putting in there. This was supposed to be like this black, classy, black tie. Everybody looking like souped up. For you to walk into the room looking like a whore, in this moment where they're trying to show this look for them.
I don't even know what she wore, honestly.
Who talking about Meg? I don't think she went to this. No, this wasn't saying that what she wore to the.
Oh,
but there were a lot of people there. I brought that up to say because Sherry Shepherd now is in the hot seat, because she basically said Meg Thee Stallion should have put some clothes on at whatever she was at. I don't know what event she was at.
But people are gonna say that about people's clothes at all times.
At all times,
because Monique said that. Yeah, and people gave backlash to that. I'm just like, nah, it's like true, because you don't want to just go out looking like anything at all times too. Like,
and my thing is like, I'm not saying don't wear the slutty shit. It's just like, at some point you're not showing some part of decorum, and I was just like, that's what we're saying. You know, they talk bad about black folk enough. You got one night to really just do that shit, and y'all still be fucking that up.
They do.
So that's why I say I don't agree to say what Sherry Shepherd was saying, what she was right, because I don't believe in the whole thing about being a role model. I'm not in this position in life to be a role model. I'm in this position in life to do what I want in a career and make money off of it. Now, what y'all do with that shit is not my business.
That's true.
But I would like to say, all right, Fletcher, why do you wear the same dress in different font? We've seen the body. It's T. But I've never seen you actually put that shit on, like, for real, for real. I've never actually liked any of the stuff that they do with the lookalikes, or who put that shit on. They always put her in there. You're not wearing nothing different than you wore yesterday. You just wore it in blue. Like, oh, okay. You're not putting in, like, you'll never hear me say Ari is a fashion icon. Never. Now, Cardi, icon. She puts that shit on every fucking shit she go to. I will give it to her. In the last couple years, she has not had a bad day for me when she does these red carpets and shit. She's become more to me a fashion icon than she has become a musician.
I think people put Ari in that fashion icon way
and I hate that.
I think she wasn't trying to be. I think they just put her there because we all know she just shake ass. Really.
The body's
she look good. She shake ass. That's cool. That's cool what she's there for. But I do agree with you on that. But I think a certain number enough of people just say, "Hey, we're gonna take Ari and put her right here." And everybody else is just like, "That's not what she wants to do. That's not what she's there for. She's here to be a baddie and to wear the same stuff that she has been wearing." And not to say it don't look good. Me personally,
It looks great.
I think it looks great.
I'm just not gonna put you on the icon list. You just another bitch that put on some nice clothes. Like, shit.
Because we talking about like people that actually want to do fashion shit. It's just like, yeah, like I say. Meg could do fashion shit.
Absolutely.
Cardi do fashion shit.
Absolutely.
A lot of these actresses be doing fashion shit too.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to that, it's a whole different arena because they actually get people to do it for them.
Yes. I also really like when it's more like you don't look like you got a prom dress and just souped it up. Mm-hmm. Like that's what a lot of some of these people out here be wearing. I'm not gonna put no names on everybody because there's just so many people out here who do the same thing every year. Let's just be real. But it's just like, y'all are not doing anything better. Coco Jones, see me. I'm not even a stylist, but bitch, I promise you, you be looking good, but you could look so much better during this tour you're doing. There are some things, bitch, that you could be putting on. I don't know if you picking it out or not. You got a stylist on tour? I don't know. See me, though. I guarantee I can put a lookbook together for you. There are some clothing you are missing. JT, see me. Because JT could be either an icon or she could be a miss. There's really a hard line between the two. But man, she need to see me on the misses though. And whoever be doing y'all wigs, y'all need to fire that bitch. Because there's no reason why your kitchen should be showing. But whatever. All the money I spent on that weave.
And I think about another thing about bias too. So for me, anime, well, any bias on it will make me not watch it. So when I hear it through the grapevine or what I see online, like, don't watch season 2. Season 2 is ass. Like Tokyo Revengers. I watched season 1. Season 1 was cool. The protagonist though, he cried a little too much for me. He cried more than Deku. At least Deku box. This nigga don't. Cause in Tokyo Revenger is gang on gang violence in there. And he don't become a top tier nigga yet, but he's like, he talking to the top tier niggas in the gang that he's in. Mm-hmm. And he do all this crying every episode, but don't box. Like, you get beat up every episode and you gotta cry and he talks his way out of it and then he gets somebody to come save him. Like, at least Deku worked out, ate the hair, boxes, and now he like a top tier nigga, debatably. Or is gonna be a top tier nigga. So, Tokyo Revengers, they said season 1 came out, I watched it, I liked it, and people like season 2 fell off. And then people said the manga, don't read that shit.
I will say this. I feel like social media definitely plays a hand in why people don't watch it, but y'all word of mouth goes far.
It do.
That word of mouth goes far.
But that's what I'm saying. It be on social media, and that's how people get word of mouth. Like, hey, I read this, this was that. And some people will actually read it. Like, I talked to Grace, and Grace said she read it, and she'll be like, you know. I'm like, bro, really? I'm like, I don't know, because Grace is an opinion that I trust with when it comes to anime too. So it be from trusted people that I like to listen from. But ooh, so maybe I won't, to that hoe. So that happens in anime. So it happened in Tokyo Revengers, happened in Tokyo Ghoul, 7 Deadly Sins. They said that shit became ass. I only seen the first season. They said from there on it just got trash. This anime I never watched called The Promised Neverland. I wanted to watch it. They said season 1 was a hit. They said the manga was a hit. But season 2, it took a way different direction and said, nope, fuck that bitch. God of High School, they said the manga was fire. Why they put it all together in one season? And the manga goes on for like, I don't know how many chapters, but it's longer than the season worth. And they put all that shit jam-packed in there. I was just like, you know what? So when things like that happen, I hate it. Like, even when it comes to Marvel movies, I be hating that shit too. It was right about Eternals though, but they be wrong about a lot of stuff.
They've been right about this whole new
the new movement of Marvel. Yes,
I did not expect this shit to go that bad.
It did. I did not either. I didn't. Like, I have
fell off.
I had so much faith in Loki season 1. I had so much faith in Captain America. It wasn't that bad in Captain America, but it wasn't the greatest thing either. With the
have you seen the new where what's his name is now? The Captain America. Have you seen
It was
that?
at the show, yeah.
Okay,
So we seen it. Yeah, we seen the show.
I mean, didn't the movie just come out about the whole shit too?
Nah, he doesn't have a movie out.
Oh
wait, he does have a movie out. Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah.
asking. Did you see that movie?
They said that hoe was good.
Okay, because I heard mixed reviews. So that's why
they said that hoe was good. So RDC is a pick that is a group of people that I selectively like. I'm like, they got decent takes. They have some not so decent takes. When it comes to Marvel stuff, I like their takes on Marvel. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now De'Ara, I do not like her Marvel takes at all.
She didn't like it?
No. She talked trash about Spider-Man. And debatably on Spider-Man, the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man, she said she like Far From Home, which is 2.
Yeah.
But she didn't like No Way Home, which is 3. I fuck with No Way Home.
What No Way Home?
I fuck with No Way Home heavy.
I think it was a little bit relaxed in regards to like how great it was, but I don't think it was like bad. I just don't think it was like, I don't think it's the best one out of 3. But I wouldn't discredit it. I think
it's the best one. It's hard though, because Far From Home and No Way Home go like this to me.
I like Far From Home too.
When I be doing that. But she said No Way Home ain't it, man. She was like, her family do not like No Way Home at all. She was like, the plot was so stupid. I was like, huh? The plot was stupid.
Excuse me.
So that decided fuck with me. So I can't take her opinion anymore on that. so with that, but like Shang-Chi, like out of the ones that cooked, they try to say wasn't it. Like Shang-Chi cooked.
I like Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was nice. That was probably the most one. That's probably the one out of most recent times that I've seen the most. I've seen that shit like 4 times. And Black Panther 2, another hit. What was it? Was it great as the first one? No, but it's still a hit.
I'm not gonna say it was a hit. I say it was good for what it was.
It's a hit to me. So it doesn't hit us hard without Chadwick Boseman. I'm just sorry.
I'm not even gonna say it like that. I just really think
I think
they hold Shuri and how great she could have potentially been.
So as a person that wasn't trained in combat all their life, just like how the Tyler was supposed to be like, hey, you're gonna be the next in line to do this, so you gotta prep and train to do all this. He was a warrior and a scientist. Sure, he's just a scientist, and you just get the powers after the fact. So you get the powers. She was already an adult, and she just get the powers. That's really what it is. So in that regard, I can understand why it could seem so lackluster for what it is, but I think
was it good for what it was?
It is good for what it was, but I still think it's a hit in my opinion. It could be good for what it was, and I can accept that. But is it still a hit to me? Yes, it's a hit to me.
Only reason I say it wasn't a hit because I don't seen it once. I didn't have the.
You didn't want the replay value on that. That's understandable.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'd say it wasn't worth the replay. It just really wasn't like. I don't know. It's great. It's just not great. And then personally for me, only reason why I was more disappointed the whole Loki thing was that you're gonna put out another movie and y'all didn't include Jonathan Majors in anymore.
And I think that's another reason.
That killed it for me.
That was another reason why I fell off on Marvel too. Because when they did that with no solid evidence on shit, but they hear out the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, it's just like, come on now, like you gotta let people cook. And
you know, as much as you hate Jonathan Majors,
yeah,
I know for a fact he would have ate that role.
Yeah, him as Kang.
Yeah, he's eating that role.
Kang is a villain that I actually enjoy a lot. More so than Thanos. I think he's more to me, he's a bigger villain than Thanos because of his time travel ability. So I think with that and his span across the different timelines and versions of himself makes it a more enjoyable character to watch between him and Doctor Doom. Thanos is cool too, but him and Doctor Doom, they be doing some. Them niggas be villains. Magneto can be too, which is what I would like to see, like Magneto, because Magneto is kind of like how you would feel about Killmonger. Because I don't know if you know Magneto like that, his character, but Magneto, he stands on business for mutants, and he be like, if mutants or black people, that's just pretty much what it is. And he stand 10 toes on it. He's like, I'm gonna protect my people no matter what comes across. And it's like, if anybody try to eliminate us, that's just it. They ain't having that shit. So, and he'll die for that cause. So that's how I respect Magneto a lot. But as far as like the biases goes, like anime and Marvel movies or just movies in general, I feel I see that so much.
TV shows too.
TV shows do get hold, but TV shows do get hold. But that's why I say I kind of wait for season 1 to happen to see if I actually would like go watch a season 2.
People who like Parks and Rec, but that don't like The Office, I don't trust you.
But I never seen Parks and Rec either.
We've seen enough of it to know that I know that The Office is better of a show.
I can't.
We saw the first 2 seasons, and I always heard that the seasons still got great, but the best ones were in that first couple. So if you're telling me that you like Parks and Rec, but not The Office, and it's the exact same humor,
But I get that. I get why you said, because The Office is it's an S tier show for you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably your favorite show.
Probably.
So with that, I feel like for me to give it a chance, because I like The Office a lot, I think it's an S rank show.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what Parks and Rec is hitting on from start to finish. I just feel like we hold it when we try watching it after we rewatch The Office after the 9th time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to get that space to be like, okay, well, I need capacity now to watch
it in full.
Parks and Rec and be like, okay, The Office is out my brain. I got my favorite episodes and favorite moments out of that hoe. Mm-hmm. Now I need to watch Parks and Rec and see what it's hitting on. That's why I don't want to give it anything yet.
I was like, I'm not gonna give it anything. I'm just saying these are the same fucking creators. So
wait, for real?
I believe they're all the same. So that's why I said, just like, for those people who say The Office sucks, but I love Parks and Rec, I was like, it's the exact same satirical moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally no different. The white bitch and Michael are the same people. So it's just like, how do you not like The Office when it mimics The Office almost T by T, just a different business. That's why I was just like, how do you know? It's like I said, it's like, I understand why you might have a preference of one you like more than the other, but to say you don't like the other, it's kind of wild to say. Cause it's just like, isn't it not like a knockoff?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
like Friends and Living Single?
2 different, yes, but I can see why one is liked more than the other. Mm-hmm. And I see it on both ends. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not going to knock Friends like a lot of people do. A lot of black folk don't like Friends. I'm not going to be our friend on that one. I actually like Friends. I actually watched it a lot when I was growing up. So that's also another thing. I watched it while growing up. Mm-hmm. So
you were in the moment with it.
I was definitely in the moment with it.
I feel like that's one of those things too. You had to live it. And I feel like people who are older than us, like our parents and stuff,
they got to live on both.
Exactly. So they got to be like, oh, okay, while I lived single for his time, it was early 90s. It was early to mid 90s when it came out. Mm-hmm. And Friends came out late 90s or early 2000s and progressed on. So it was
good coexist for their time. Yeah, they're honestly really 2 great shows. Now, if you're into white humor, I see why you like Friends, but there's a lot of people who aren't into white humor like that.
Right.
So that doesn't really correlate from, because they feel like this show ain't got nothing. It doesn't deal with anything like that. What you got to look at, some people who, I also don't like people who only categorize themselves in one type of genre of like what they want to watch. Because like I think I mentioned recently to you, like maybe in the last couple months, I was like, I got to start watching black shows for a while. I have not been into a white show in so long. And it's just like, I'm missing out on that side of TV and drama and all that stuff like that by just limiting to always watching these black shows. Now, don't get me wrong, love me a black show. I'm going to watch Sisters every time. Y'all ain't gonna stop me. And I'm definitely one of the bitches that pay for it. I'm gonna watch Sisters every time. And I just watched the first episode of Divorce Sisters. I'm about to probably be into it. Like, I like shit like that. But you're not gonna make me sleep on Young and the Restless. I'm gonna always say Young and the Restless is better.
Well, that's 2 different genres.
No, they're not. They're both soap operas. Just that's why I said you would think they'd be different, but they're both soap operas. They operate almost the exact same. That's why I was just like,
is it a soap opera or is it a drama?
It's a soap opera. That I realized the haves and have-nots, the Oval, Sisters, and all that stuff, they're actually black soap operas. They're even listed on Prime. Go to Prime and look at what Sisters
I wasn't gonna look that up. You could look that up.
Oh no, I mean I already saw it. That's why I said they're soap operas. They just don't run like how traditional soap operas do, where they have a daily basis type of thing. Which
I mean, I can see
that would be crazy if Tyler Perry did that. Because first of all, the acting would be so subpar at that point. Do not let them people do it like that.
I think that'd be one of those things where they had to film for like 6 months and pilot a month to figure out, and then you get writers.
I found out how soap operas work one day, and I was wondering how They actually have time off.
They write them off.
Mm-hmm. No. Like how they operate, because they come out every day.
Mm-hmm.
So how they do it is, they try to do 1 week of episodes in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's why when you watch them, you ever see a soap opera and you feel like you watching the first 6 minutes in the next episode that you watched that was the 6 minutes prior to.
Mm-hmm.
So they do it like that because they actually don't stop with everything. They're literally just continuously filming through. Yeah,
because in the way they edit it too, they chop up mid conversation for things and come and answer this one and then do that same thing and then they bring it all back together.
As a kid, I thought they were literally getting up the day before and recording for tomorrow's episode. That's why I was like, I never knew how a soap opera operated, because it does come out like that.
Honestly, I get why you thought like that. I just never thought of it like that. I was just like, these niggas definitely be recording in advance. And what they do is, whenever somebody need a holiday or something, they write them off. You know what I'm saying? They like, let's go ahead and make them into an accident or some other bullshit like that, or where they have to go away on a trip or a honeymoon or something like that, and then boom, they're gone.
Though I will say, if I had to choose favorite soap opera, it's probably still gonna be Young and the Restless. Number 2 though is That Bold and the Beautiful. Y'all ain't gonna never.
You old as shit, bro.
You
old as fuck.
Never, ever gonna sleep on Bold and the Beautiful, because to me personally, the storyline was just a little bit better.
Hey, put your clap emojis in the chat if you an old ass nigga too that watch soap operas. Because if you watch soap operas at our age, it's one of those things like you definitely grew up in an old ass household. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, like I said, I used to watch them when I was on punishment over the summer. I had no choice but to get to them hoes. Cause now I'm just like, well, damn. Especially when they start. I ain't gonna lie to you. When it be a baddie up there and they with someone, I'm like, oh, who is that? And I'm like, whoa. So now I start peeking. I'm like, what's going on?
I'll tell you, Bold and Beautiful has definitely pushed the narrative. One, if you ever watch Half on Half, both the mothers are up there on Young and the Restless, by the way.
I don't know what that is.
Half on Half? Half. This is a movie. Half and Half?
Half and Half.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Half on half, half and half. I
thought it was too fast, but yeah, it's half and half.
Yeah, I'm about to say I didn't know it was a different movie or not. My bad.
No, yeah, half and half. The mother's D and the other mother.
They're both on show.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. They're both on Young and the Restless because they had did a TikTok when they were like they reunited or whatever. But this all to say is just like we all know the shit do be good. Like it's crappy storyline, but the acting be great. The storyline don't be, it's crappy, but it's engaging. You want to watch it because you more mad at the fact that they ain't killing off certain people who need to be dead and all this other shit. But they do be pushing the narratives up there these days.
I ain't gonna lie. It's like trash TV at this point.
It is like trash TV.
The first version of trash TV.
Speaking of trash TV, that's another reason. That's another social media gained show that has
we gonna save our hate for that for another time. We gonna lock in on this episode right here. We gonna save our hate for that one for next episode. Tune in next week to hear our tastes on reality TV, because that shit right there, I swear we could talk about that shit for the whole episode and just cook.
I'm only staying on one show.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying is it all leads up to that one show. Now it's just like, all right, we just need to
But next week's episode is my whole takedown of Love and Hip Hop and why Kirk and Rashida need to be kicked off.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
Which one?
Baddies.
No, because I don't even want to get them no clout. I don't support that.
But okay, yeah. So go ahead, take us out like you normally do, and then we're gonna be good, and we'll see you guys next week.
So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again, I said so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again.
Peace, y'all.